Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to address a question from a viewer, and I also got a special guest on this video today, Marcela. She's a vegan rock climber as well, and she's going to help me address this question, answer this question. Let's do it. So she basically asked me if I had any tips for going vegan, because it's just hard for her to give up the animal products completely. And apparently she's already moving into the right direction, minimizing it. But yeah, it's just also a question of price and availability for her. And she also asks if it's better to go vegan overnight or if it's better to have a longer transition period into veganism. And what I can say right away is that there are a lot of vegan substitutes in the meantime for animal products. There are a lot of fake meats, a lot of milk stuff, soy milk, almond milk and all kinds of stuff. There's even scrambled egg in the meantime, which pretty much can replace the real eggs. And that's definitely not the healthiest vegan stuff, but it can help to make the transition, If you have the cravings in your first 3-4 weeks or whatever for the animal products, then you can use these animal product substitutes, these vegan options, in order to stay on the right path,
I would also say it is getting easier. There are popping up vegan restaurants, at least in Vienna.
Yeah, definitely.
Everywhere. And it makes it easier. So there are, more and more people are going vegan. So it is going easier, but it is not an easy thing. So don't give up just because, some people say it's so easy and you don't feel that way and you're kind of afraid of trying it because you already know that it will not feel easy for you. It is not easy. It is never easy to change such a big part of your life, but it needs a little bit of time, like 2 to 3 months, and then it will be easy because it is not a hard thing to live happy on a vegan lifestyle. It is not. But of course, transitioning to veganism from a meat, dairy, egg diet is
basically the omnivore diet.
Yes, it is of course not the easiest thing, but you can do it.
If you're getting weak, just take the vegan options. Go for the vegan options. I know they are definitely not the cheapest and they are also not the healthiest options, but they're going to help you to stay on the right track, especially at the beginning. And here's another tip which I would say here, which I want to give out here, is that you have to find your routines, You have to find your eating habits. You have to completely renew your eating habits, basically. So you have to find the right food shops where you can get 5-kilogram bags of rice, where you can get your potatoes, your starches, your corn, your noodles and all that stuff, your vegetables. You have to find these shops and you have to make your groceries there, okay? You need to plan this a little bit and you need to find your routines. This takes a little bit of time, but as you can imagine, you will do it. You will become a pro in that, and then this will make it a lot easier to stay on the vegan diet. A lot of vegan YouTubers, for example, claim that being vegan is so super easy. It's so easy to eat your rice and vegetables and stuff like that. That's true, but only if you already found your routines. At the beginning, transitioning is not easy, of course, because it seems like you have to give up a lot of stuff. But once you found your routines, it's really not that hard to be vegan, in my opinion.
And I also think that it gets a little bit easier if you watch vegan YouTubers. So just look through. There are tons and tons of vegan YouTubers. So just look through them, and you will find someone who you really like to watch. And I think this just keeps you on track. So it keeps you motivated. Also, if I'm a rock climber, did you say that? I'm a boulderer.
Yes.
And when I'm not motivated for training, then I will watch some training videos or some climbing videos of mostly girls, but really strong climbers, and this will motivate me again. So I feel like it is the same with being vegan, at least at the beginning. And also, of course, getting informed about the ethical side, about the health reasons. Because as more as you are informed about it, as more you are self-confident with it.
Definitely, I would say the same.
If you really know the reason why you are doing it, the possibility that you just jump off the vegan lifestyle again is not that high.
Yeah, definitely, I would say the same. That's another big tip here. Inform yourself not only about the cruel industries that are working here, the meat industry, the dairy industry and stuff like that.
Yeah, environmental.
Yeah, the environmental aspects and all that stuff, If you really informed yourself about the benefits that a vegan diet has on the environment and on the animals and all that stuff, then it's going to motivate you even more to stay on the vegan diet, And another thing would be also inform yourself about how the vegan diet is done right, in my opinion, because a vegan diet, it hurts a bit to say that, but a vegan diet can be unhealthy if it's done wrong. You need to be careful with some stuff, you have to get your B12 and stuff like that. And what you also have to focus on is getting enough calories, especially at the beginning, because the plant foods, whole plant foods, which is what you should focus on, they are a lot, how should I say that? The animal products are a lot denser in calories, okay? They are a lot lighter, the whole plant foods are a lot lighter in calories, and you have to eat more volume. You just simply have to eat more volume to get the same calories in. And this is something that you have to get used to. And you can use also websites for this, for example, chronometer.com. You can use this, especially at the beginning, to track your food intake, to track your calories a little bit, so that you can see if you're getting enough of everything, And focus on whole plant foods, avoid oils and processed foods. You can use these fake meats and stuff in the transition period to make it a little bit easier for you, of course. That's not a big deal. But you should, in the long run, focus on whole plant foods, on the fruits and veggies, and eat all colors, eat a whole variety of the plant kingdom. You need to get in all of this variety, and then it's going to be a healthy vegan diet, and it's going to be also sustainable. So definitely inform yourself here, watch the right YouTube channels, visit the right websites with recipes and stuff like that. Go for the high carb, low fat thing, and you'll be fine, definitely, in my opinion.
I would also say you don't have to feel pressured that you have to go from a omnivorous diet to a raw vegan diet or something like that. I think it is a journey, so don't feel like you have to jump right into it. What you should definitely do is go from whatever meat eating or vegetarian to vegan, because this is the important part. I think it is it's really, really harder to be 95% vegan than just to be 100% vegan.
Yeah.
Because then it will always be just one piece of cheese or just one schnitzel a week or whatever. So this is just not what the vegan lifestyle is all about, Just because cruel is still cruel.
It's very hard to draw a line here, what is 95% vegan? You don't know that. You will always say, okay, I take this schnitzel now, I take this cheesecake or whatever. It's very hard to draw a 95% line and stick to that. It's much easier to draw a 100% line and stick to that. Follow the vegan thing 100%, and if you get in the cravings, that's okay, just take the vegan substitutes and try to overcome this with these products. Okay, yeah.
And also, I think when you have been vegan for 2 months, 3 months, then it, at least for me, it was super easy. Like after 2-3 months, it really was super easy. And then, of course, you can and should go more and more into details and what you know, palm oil, all of those things, which you also should give up as a vegan, I think. But the most important thing, I would say, is just cut out the dairy, cut out the animal products there, and then, you know, you'll see where your journey goes.
And a lot of people say, yeah, it's hard to be vegan because you have to give up a lot of things, you know, you have to abstain from a lot of things. And my tip here would be rather just focus on what you have to gain rather than on what you have to give up, okay? Because the vegan lifestyle can offer you a whole lot of great benefits. It will increase your health, and definitely, in my opinion, it will increase your mental clarity like you've never experienced it before, probably. And all these things, you know, and also if you're an athlete, for example, you will experience greater recovery, faster recovery. All this stuff that's some benefits of the vegan diet, and you will get used to these benefits if you're vegan for a longer time, and then you will not want to give them up again. You will not want to jump off the vegan bandwagon, so to say, if you're getting used to these benefits. And yeah, focus on what you have to gain rather than on what you have to give up. And after some time, if you found your routines and stuff like that, if you're getting motivated by the right YouTubers, then it will be easier to say no to the fatty fast food, even though it still maybe smell good or something like that, but you will have an easier time to say no. That's what I think about that.
I also feel like you are getting more self-confident with being vegan.
Yeah.
At least me. I think it has to do with, in German, you can say, you know, you preaching water, but you're drinking wine. So basically, you're preaching, you know, the right thing, but you're doing the opposite. And I feel like when you're vegan, then you're actually, you know, doing that what you think is right, and that just gives such a deep self-confidence, which is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say here also, if you're, I mean, in today's world, you cannot be an environmentalist, for example, and not be vegan. You also cannot be a human rights activist and not be vegan. All these things go along with veganism in such way. Practice what you preach. Just walk your talk. When you walk your talk by going vegan, that's an awesome feeling. It will make you more self-confident, and yeah, that's an awesome feeling.
And don't forget, also, if you are not not 100% person, like he's more 100% person, you know, if he knows this is the right thing or this is what I want to do, then he just goes and get it. I used to be really the opposite, always, you know, thinking, well, maybe I'll try, maybe no. But if you are a person like, or if you are a person like I was, just, you know, never really sure and maybe trying and stuff, you know, that shit, you can change that. You can change it 100%. You have to go, you know, you have to get your ass up and do it. And it is not easy. I know that there are people who think, or, you know, for some people it is easy. But if it is not easy for you, don't let, you know, other people tell you that it is easy. If it is not easy for you, it just makes it even more worth it to do it, because then you're freaking proud of yourself.
Yeah, that's definitely true here. They say, come on, do it, it's easy, but that triggers some kind of feeling that you don't want to fail, you know? If you're failing at something that's easy, that's even more embarrassing or something like that, you know? Just look at it as a challenge. Accept this challenge. You should know that it's hard to go vegan. I mean, simply look at the numbers. Probably not more than 2 to 3% of the population or something like that are vegan at the moment. So obviously it's not easy to go vegan, because then a lot more people would be vegan. A lot of people know that eating meat and stuff like that is bad for your health, for the environment and stuff like that, but they still do it, simply because it's not easy to go vegan. But once you are vegan, once you find your routines, you will experience that it's actually not that hard, let's say it like that. And then it is about staying vegan, you know. If you're informing yourself, if you do the vegan lifestyle the right way, get your B12 in, get your whole foods in, all the nutrients, blah 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 blah, then you will also stay on the vegan diet. And these are the two crucial points here: going vegan and staying vegan, in my opinion. Once you found your routines, being vegan is not that hard, and that's why all these people say, come on man, it's easy, do it. You know, don't get misled here. It's not easy to go vegan. It is rather a challenge that you should accept, and this is the way how you should look at it. Take this challenge, and yeah, it's not easy, so you can be proud of yourself when you accomplish it.
Yeah. Most of the things which you know, I mean, you will never be proud of something which you just, you know, which someone just gave to you. Yeah. So most of the things which are worth it, you have to work for it. So.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely an important message here.
It's always the right time to do right. Martin Luther King.
Yeah, true, definitely. And one more. Nothing in the world which is worth having can be obtained the easy way. Okay? You have to go the hard way. That's what I want to say here. I don't know if I took the phrase right, but that's what I want to say here. Take the hard way and be fucking proud of yourself that you managed to do it. And I would say that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Thanks also Marcela for her great support here by answering this question. And I would say give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.